nitty gritty, bleeding purple my city. Don't score with the Steelers, no enemy. Ozing some Hennessy, catch us out stomping the yard. Candy yards, my foot McCannery. See, it's nitty gritty, Nick and Keith gon' get litty. 2 times a week, giving keys to the city. Tune and get with me. I got that, seeing the game little differently.
Welcome back, episode 406, Nitty Gritty Sports Talk Radio Show. I go by the name of Roscoe English, and of course, I'm here with the block. Got my guy Keys with me.
What's going on? How y'all feeling out there?
My man Nick.
What's up, Scott?
Yeah. Talk to me nice. And of course, last but not least, Keith PJ.
Scott, what's up with you?
What's going on? I'm gonna do y'all a favor. I'm gonna bring y'all behind the winning curtain. Steelers go down to Pittsburgh South and beat the Falcons 18-10. I mean, you got to admit, it was.
I said it pregame was going to be a whole
Yeah. It's usually like that. But when I saw TJ pumping up their crowd, I said, oh, yeah, this is different. First, let me get this out. It's good to get a win. It's good to get a win. I'm not going to come in here and be the complete homer that I get credited to being. It is some things to talk about. Everything wasn't peaches and cream, but I just want to get. It's good to get a win. Everybody else lost, so it is good to get a win. With that being said, Justin Fields was 17 for 23, 156 yards, 57 rushing yards. All right, this is the enigma of Justin Fields. Like, this game is like his career. So he starts off and he fumbles the snap first play of the game. Right, he had two fumble snaps, both on him, and it's like, oh damn. I'm looking like, all right, this is the Justin Fields that we saw in Chicago. Like, this is gonna start bad. On that drive, he had Najee out in the flat to complete a third down behind him, bad throw. The next drive after that, he had Van Jefferson on the sideline. He breaks out the pocket and he skips it to him, and it's like, okay. I see why they wanted. I see why they wanted Russ. Also, you can see with the play calling, they didn't trust Justin to start this game off. Everything was short. It was runs, every short bootlegs. They didn't trust him to throw the ball down the field. But as you could see, as the game would go on, as the defense showed what they were going to do throughout the totality of the game, they let Justin make some plays downfield, and with his arm, he was able to make a couple. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough for this game. Now, I'm going to preface that it was enough for this game and how this game played out, that if he played a clean game, which he did outside of those fumble snaps, they didn't turn it into turnovers. He didn't turn the ball over. He made enough plays to get us into the GOAT kicker of the North, Chris Boswell. He got the GOAT kicker of the North to get us in field goal range to kick 6 field goals. Kicking in the dome. I mean, come on, he looked like Matt Stover out there. He was the offense. That was Matt Stover from 2000. I said, damn, he is the offense. MVP. He's the lead FanDuel banging now. Chris Boswell, MVP.
I know he had a fantasy day.
Oh my God, if you went against him, crazy. So Justin didn't play. He didn't play bad. He didn't play great. He just did enough. And for this game, it was cool. But that can't be the story if he continues to be the starter. He's going to have to make the easy throws that are in front of him, and he's going to have to make the plays down the field. Also, they're going to have to allow him to do that. Like, you can't play scared. I get it. In this game, we ignored the middle of the field. They have Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons. I understand. But that can't be the game plan every week to avoid the middle of the field because you're scared of turnovers. That can't be the case. You have to use the middle of the field. Also, I want to get to the wide receivers. George Pickens had a game. Should have had more. BS OPI call. He had 6 catches. The other wide receivers had 2. That is not a recipe for success. It's not. It just can't be. Look for George Pickens, and then you get Calvin Austin involved with a little short game, and then Van Jefferson. Also, wide receivers, you have to block in this Arthur Smith offense. That's one takeaway that I took from this game. You have to block in this offense. We had a screen set up for Van Jefferson, and I don't know what George was doing. He didn't block, and I don't think it's a good idea to have 5'9" Calvin Austin blocking A.J. Terrell. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an offensive guru, but I don't think that's the best matchup right there. And the play would have worked if you had two wide receivers that could block. Like it was there, it was set up, but they just can't block. All game, Van Jefferson is whipping on blocks. And if you're going to be that tight wide receiver close to the line in the run game, in this offense that's predicated on the run game, it's going to kill it. It's going to kill it. So that has to get better. You about to have me week 1. I don't know if you guys play Ben Skowronek. I seen Ben Skowronek in LA. I don't want to see Ben Skowronek, but if Ben Skowronek is going to block, he's going to get the snaps over Van Jefferson. That sounds horrible, but it is what it is. You got to block. Ben Skowronek. We all seen Ben Skowronek, right?
Who you want week 2, Russ or Justin? As of right now, like if Russ is healthy.
See, this is the thing. I get why Russ, because of what he can do downfield in the passing game and his decision making. Back to Justin for a little bit. He took 2 sacks. Justin's going to take sacks. I get that just comes with the player. But one of the sacks for sure that he took, he had Pat Frymouth at the sticks for a first down. He looked at him, didn't pull the trigger, took a sack. That's why you play Russ. For those moments right there. But also, we had 1 3 and out. Most of them because Justin used his legs to get out the pocket. So I am really confused about who you do play if Russ is healthy. I don't think
it's like 50. It's really split down.
It's 50-50.
It's really
50-50 because they both bring positives. I think if Russ plays and Russ is healthy, we score a couple touchdowns.
I mean, just to piggyback. I don't mean to cut you off or nothing like that.
No.
I mean, just to piggyback on everything you were saying. I think that's why this game went exactly where I thought this game was gonna go. Like it wasn't too different. This is why I picked y'all to win, even though I don't. In the long run, y'all may not be the better team. I don't know. Who depends on how Kirk start to play. Who knows? But it went exactly how I didn't expect y'all not to score no touchdowns, but I expected y'all win this game with defenses in exactly what y'all did. They know it was gonna be a home game. Historically, like you said, every season, y'all get out to a fast start on defense. We can take it to the last 3 or 4 years. Burrows, Josh Allen, y'all just get out to a fast start, especially against a quarterback that's coming back from Achilles. I think Atlanta, as far as that game plan, as George Pickens, it was bad. They manned him. They won a wonder when they shouldn't have. They could have threw safety help over the top with a double team because y'all had, to your point, y'all have no other receivers, right?
No,
so
no receiver, but
them leaving AJ Terrell on 1-on-1.
I think AJ Terrell just getting a contract.
I don't care what type of money you make it. It's about winning the game, and it was a bad game plan. George Pickens is better than AJ Terrell 1-on-1. I tell you, I don't care what type of contract, what type of money he got. He's better than him 1-on-1, and he showed it. He's a good wide receiver. He's above average wide receiver. So he's going to get open. So I think that was just a bad game plan on them. And the same thing what you said about Fields. It was they kept the shackles on him, but that's what they had to do to win.
Yeah,
is a team that you could tell that's well coached. Is a team that Tomlin put in the game plan and they followed it to a T, and that's how you win games. It was really no deviations from it. There's really no deviation from it. Like I said, I don't know how y'all, because offensively y'all still challenged, very very challenged offensively. Defensively y'all gonna be top 5, top 3 in the league. Offensively y'all gonna be very challenged. So I don't know how it's going to look going forward. But like I said, my last point about the game is the same thing I said about Lamar, about him, his form, his MVP form. Is TJ is basically going to be his award to lose. He's that type of player. Like he's that type of player. Like he's like one of them. He's becoming like a top 5 all-time defensive player. Like he's so destructive every single play. You got to scheme for him, and that's when you're a great player. When you start scheming for people. So it's like granted, I still think Myles Garrett should have won, but TJ, he's a one in a lifetime type player. So he changed the game. Like it was him. He single-handedly won that damn game for y'all. Like it's the plays he made at the time he make them, whatever. It's like that. It's like how do you block? They was chipping them, they was doubling them, they was tripling them, couldn't stop them. So it's like So it's like same thing that my point about Lamar about him defending his MVP or getting another MVP. I feel the same way with TJ. He could. If he continue with this track, he might could win an MVP. You never know. With these type of plays, with the plays that he's making on the field, the game change plays, it's not just sacks, it's strip sacks. It's recovering fumbles. So it's a little different. But Yeah, like I said, I don't know who going forward. I like I said, I think that, and I know everybody opinions on Justin. I just think he give y'all the best chance to win. I seen 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. Russ taking sacks. Justin gonna pick up the 3rd and 5 with his legs, and that's the most him being mobile with that defense. I think that's give y'all the best chance to win. He's gonna turn the ball over, but I think that him being mobile gives y'all the best chance to win.
Before I get to the defense, the offensive line played better than I thought. They gave up 2 sacks. I was expecting more. It was Grady Jarrett. I knew he was going to blow the game up. It's Grady Jarrett on Spencer Anderson. That's a 7th round draft pick playing his first NFL game. I knew Grady Jarrett was going to make a play, but for the most part, they played a good game. And Najee ran the ball hard and ran the ball with aggression. Hey, league, if somebody gets their helmet taken off, I think that's a face mask. That's just my opinion. If you rip somebody's helmet off, especially from the face mask area, that's a penalty. That should be a penalty. Y'all need to clean between the Ravens game and this game throughout the whole league. Y'all had a bad week. Y'all had a bad week.
Yeah, the officiating was terrible in that game.
It was terrible. It was terrible. So let's get to the defense, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna make y'all happy because y'all are my guys. I didn't know Patrick Queen played in that game. I didn't know. Only from a couple missed tackles. I think he ended the game with 2 tackles, but he missed more. That's why I used to talk shit about this guy. But he's still a Steeler, and I'm going to ride with him until the contract is over. But I said, okay, that's why I used to talk about this guy every week, twice a week, because it's like, yo, dog, you got to make them tackles.
He's just not dynamic, though. You
got to make them tackles.
That's why he gets that contract. He's just not dynamic. You got to be dynamic as a linebacker.
Like, they were there to be had. Like the rookie Peyton Wilson, he had like 2 game-changing tackles. He's a rookie. Like if he don't tackle Bijan Robinson when he does, that's a touchdown. Like you can't whiff on those. But the other additions, Dante Jackson and Deshaun Elliott, impact immediately. They both had interceptions. Dante Jackson should have had 2. He was around the ball all game. It was good to see Minka playing where he was supposed to play, not playing a linebacker, but able to roam. He was in the run game. After the offsides that wasn't an offsides, they scored. Shouldn't have happened. But after that, you hold any NFL football team to 54 yards and a half, you're doing something good. I didn't hear Drake London's name called maybe about once because he had 1 catch for 5 yards. Good job, Joey.
Speak about your boy. I was about to say, you better
good job, Joey.
Because you gave his props all last year.
All last year. Also, I'm glad not to hear your name because you didn't get it. You didn't get penalized. That's what was more important to me because he had a lot of holding calls last year, and that comes with big aggressive corners. But he didn't get called for no holds, and he had 3 tackles. So
it ain't hard not to hold when y'all getting home that easy. You got Kurt back down on 1 leg.
I mean, hey, that's part of the game. I told y'all what we was going to do to Kurt. I told y'all what we was going to do to Kurt.
Yeah, I ain't trust Kirk. I need to see Kirk off the Achilles. He not right yet.
I mean, they had him in a pistol because of the injury. Like he's playing a different game.
And did you hear the stat? I think Q said it before. He didn't even play. He played pistol like 5% snaps of his whole career.
Yeah.
He's in a pistol in the gun 96% of the game yesterday.
Yeah, so
Kurt liked to get under center, that play action. Would have set up nice with Bijan too, but it's probably hard to plant right now.
And I don't know when it gets healthy. I mean, he ain't the freshest spring chicken, so I don't know how they move forward with that. He looked
scared yesterday.
I mean, I would be too. It's TJ running after me full speed. I'd be scared too, but I felt bad for Zach. I felt bad for Zach Robinson. Like your first game calling plays has got to be against TJ and the Steelers. It was tough, but we got the win. We got it done. Lost the specials. It was a good, clean game. Outside, you lose your punter and get flagged for it. That stinks.
That's big for y'all though.
Yes, he was like our second free agent signing after
because y'all been having punting issues for the years.
I'm like at least 5.
Yeah, that's big for y'all. That's a big loss for y'all.
For him to go down like that is tough because like with a defense that we're gonna feel, you want to play the field position game. Like if we can pin you back and force you into, 2nd and long, 3rd and distance, and just do what we do best. Yeah, but all in all, I'm happy. I saw some things that I liked from Arthur Smith, and it was some things that I didn't like. you get a positive play and then you run a reverse with George Pickens. Throw that out. Don't do that again. Throw that out.
Yeah, why is that still in y'all playbook? I thought Canada took that.
I
with
thought
you.
Canada was right there, right? Because I'm like, oh wait, Matt, it's Matt Canada. Like I said, the screen, and you can see the issues why people were so pissed off with him in Atlanta. It's not the play call, it's who you have lined up for the play. I'm cool with the screen, but if you know Calvin Austin is fine, like little wrinkles like that. I saw a lot more Cordero in the run game, but that was to be expected. Jalen isn't healthy yet. He didn't have that burst. He looked slow. So I get it, but little things like that. But the plays that were positive, Matt Canada would have never called them plays. That play that he had Fields boot out and he threw across field, one, he wouldn't call that because Kenny Pickett can't throw like that. And I don't even think Matt had anything like that in the toolbox anyway. So just seeing plays like that, it's potential, but we just don't have the horses in the stable at the moment. I'm scared. I'm not going to lie to you. It's George and nothing else. I'm not used to this. This is wide receiver poverty. Like maybe I'll let y'all speak about wide receiver poverty a little bit that down the line. But this is not something that I'm used to. I'm not used to this. It's like, damn, like, could you have kept? I know he didn't want to stay, but could you have kept Deontay for 1 year? And I don't know. But the plan to go all in on Brandon Ayuk, and when that news broke before the game, that was a big slap in my face. To know that deal it was almost done at the 15th hour. It was, and to not have a backup plan. Like, I'm cool not getting Brandon Ayuk, but to not have a backup plan is what's egregious in that. To say, all right, we're just gonna roll out there with Calvin Austin and Van Jefferson. One game, I don't like the outlook of that, but all in all, I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that win.
But you're admitting this can't be the formula going forward.
No,
right? Like,
no,
y'all not going to win a lot of games like this. It got to be a perfect storm, like it was. It was literally a perfect storm.
We're used to ugly ass games like this. Like I can sit here and tell you that it's not sustainable. I've seen it sustained. I don't want to keep seeing it sustained, but we're comfortable in that uncomfortability. There we go.
But you can't. I mean, yeah, but that, like you said,
you can't win a championship like that. You cannot win a championship.
You only gonna win 9 games every year with that. Like
you can't win a championship.
Your defense is going to give up points.
They're going to
give up points. The quarterback going to turn the ball over, and you're going to run into an offense that's going to score the ball. So I mean, you can't. It's going to be another. If that's the recipe for y'all this season, it's going to be another 8 season. So y'all got to switch it out.
And the thing, I would rather you go down swing and let whoever, whether it be Russ or Justin, just you got to push the ball down the field in 2024. There's no way around it unless you're Patrick Mahomes, and we don't have that. You have to push the ball down the field unless you have a Lamar Jackson that at any given play can break it for 50 yards and can be clutch on game-winning drives. We don't have that, so you got to make plays down the field, keep these defenses honest. For 2-3 years, all you heard was, "Yo, they're predictable. We know what they're calling." So it can't be sustained that way. Can't be sustained.
To your the sustaining point, it's just that y'all schedule work this because y'all schedule is what it is early. Y'all can beat them the same way y'all beat Atlanta. You know, like y'all play that same game, y'all can beat them the same team.
Bo Nix. Hey, Bo Nix. Bo Nix. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you early. It's Monday. I feel sorry for you right now.
How long does this last?
What do you mean?
Until the schedule get hard.
I'm just saying, like it's not going to be a situation where somebody's coming back from an Achilles every week or I'll give you y'all respect as far as the defense. I never thought the defense wasn't the defense. It's just like, when does the luck run out? Like as far as like going up against the perfect opponent and having a putrid offense, like that matchup is like continually resulting in wins is defying physics.
And that's what we've been doing for the last couple of years. To your point,
barely.
I'm not going to sit here and act like this is a winning formula. And when I mean winning formula, I'm talking about getting to the playoffs, winning the game, and really being there for a reason, not just because you snuck in, right? That's what we've been doing for the last couple of years. We've been sneaking in. That ain't
you got Super Bowl aspirations.
You ain't winning no Super Bowl with that offense. Not in 2024. Maybe in 2000 that might have worked, but Nah, that's no way to even dream, to even think, to give hope of winning anything substantial. But I told y'all last week, you gotta do what you gotta do before week 10. After we play the Commanders, it gets stupid. And if you think you're gonna score 18 points and beat the Chiefs and beat the Eagles, maybe the Bengals the way they look. We'll talk about that later. But the Ravens,
Before that, y'all got the Colts, Cowboys, and the
yeah,
Jets. Those gonna be tough, but
yeah,
there's some of
yeah,
games mixed in.
yeah. Those are the three mixed into that first half of the schedule where it's like, all right, you got a chance to win. You're not going into Indianapolis or having Indianapolis come to you and think 18 points is gonna be enough.
Not that we were not that we rich on that goddamn ball.
No. You're not doing that against the Cowboys. I don't think Dak is gonna look like that every week. Could a good defense make him look like that? I don't know, but I'm not banking on him looking like that every week. And who was that other? The Jets. The Jets, right? You know what Aaron Rodgers brings until proven otherwise. So you got to put points on the board.
That's why these Falcons, this Broncos, these pretty much guaranteed win. I mean, these pretty much must wins for y'all at this point. Like you never want to say that about week 1 and week 2 games, but for y'all the way y'all started set up, you gotta these must wins for y'all.
I knew what time it was when I said, "Yo, you got to go into division play in that tough schedule at least 5-4 to even give yourself a chance." Because if you lose any of these games that you ain't supposed to lose,
5-4,
at least 5-4.
5-4. Y'all may come out 5 and. Go ahead, my bad.
Nah, speak your mind, brother.
I just don't see it.
Why?
I mean, because just think as the season goes on, it's going to be a church. People are going to fall off. I mean, y'all not going to look like this come November when y'all really play the grunt of y'all schedule. And when the hard games come, I don't know. I just don't see it right now, especially if y'all not putting the ball in the end zone. I think y'all got let off the hook yesterday with a young team, first year coach, quarterback coming off an injury. I mean, y'all always. Y'all like Willy Wonka, yo, like the little Charlie. Y'all always getting off the hook. Y'all find the golden ticket every week to play a team with all these different things that go wrong. Like I'm not impressed, yo.
Well, here's one thing. I don't care if you impressed. So that's the thing that lets me know
I'm not even encouraged going forward for y'all.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think the defense was that good. Bijan was running downhill.
Yeah,
I don't think he had what?
Yeah, 68 yards.
Oh, how many carries?
18.
He had more than that, right? He had he averaged he had like 4 yards a pop. So he had to have more than that. He was
getting the ball down. They was
like 80
second and
he had 68 yards. Yeah, he had some receiving yards, but let me ask you.
Maybe that's the team.
Let me ask you this. Tyler had a couple good runs in the first half. He did. What happened after
between
that?
the both of them?
Yeah, but what happened? Because the one touchdown they got wasn't even supposed to happen.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk happened.
And the defensive front happened too. They couldn't block us. It was
and that was my biggest disappointment in the game. Is that Atlanta offensive line. They got 2 All-Pros in that line. They've been together for all these years, and they looked a mess. They looked terrible.
Like, they was out there too. They could have protected Kirk. He wouldn't have been on the ground if they did their job.
They looked at a mess. The offensive line looked crazy.
Yeah. But again, I'm not acting like this is, parade time. I'm happy for the win, but we got things to work on for sure. It ain't clean.
No, for sure. I mean, it's week 1, everybody did.
Yeah, got things to work on. I'm just hoping we got the ability to work on them given what we got, unless a trade is made. It's gonna be a scrappy season. My heart is accustomed to it. It's accustomed to them at this point. There's gonna be some ugly, scrappy wins, but let's take it to the bank though. So, I would like to call a little housekeeping for y'all. But after week 1 in that game and how bad Mark looked and how great Likely looked, what's the word around Owens Mills? Is this about to be not a benching, but is the snap share about to change significantly between those two?
I started off. I think we touched on it, after week 1. We definitely put it in our chat. But it's something that I've been saying, and y'all have been piggybacking on for the last season and a half, especially before the injury. That he, I mean, I don't think he's tight end number one no more. I mean, I've seen enough from Likely, where I think he needs to be. I think it needs part of the playbook needs to just be. I guess Mark plays. Did he be Likely plays? Granted, Mark has had a fantastic career here, a great career here for the most part. But I just don't see it anymore. When you can't block, when you're falling down, just untouched because whoever the ghost of the car, whatever it may be. I just don't see it. Now, does he have something left in the tank? Of course. He's an all-pro player. He was an all-pro player. He probably still can be an all-pro player. But for me, what I want to see with the Ravens, what I think what the Ravens want to do, I think Likely is the better option here. Because Mark can't block. The same thing I think Nick brought up on the last show, or Keith brought up on the last show. When Justice Hill is in the game, you know what's coming. That it's probably gonna be a pass play because they not for some reason they're not running the ball with Justice Hill. So like when Mark is in the game, you're probably throwing the ball, and if you're running the ball, it's might gonna be a short game because if he runs to the side, he can't block. So it's just like I think Harbaugh is he's very loyal to his players, shows a lot of loyalty, but it's time to stop that. I don't think Mark Andrews is giving the Ravens the best chance to win over Isaiah Likely right now. I just don't.
Well, in this case, I don't think it's a either or situation because they both played a lot together, right? So Mark played 59 snaps, Isaiah Likely played 53, and I think Isaiah Likely was like 66% route participation when he was in the game. So they ran a lot of 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, under center looks. So I mean, they're getting the Gronk and Aaron Hernandez treatment right now. I guess that bleeds into a conversation as far as like, what's your identity? Do you want to be the team that has heavy sets with 2 tight ends and has Lamar under center? Or do you want to be a spread type of team like we showed last season and seasons before where, you have, Lamar in an open space and allowing him to kind of dictate the pace in that situation? Obviously with the tight end skill sets that we have, you want both of them to play as much as possible if we're going to have both on the team, because Isaiah Likely is a much better offensive weapon than a Nelson Aguilar or a Bateman per se. So you're going to want to have both on the field if you have both, but we're going to have to figure out what type of team we want to be, because while both are on the team, we're going to have to figure out a way to utilize both and not just have it so that it's just one having a breakout game and the other one is kind of quiet. If we can get back to using both in tandem, not just running routes together, but also being threats together. Mark has to hold his end of the bargain in that situation. I don't know if it was just a situation where he just didn't practice all season, had a car accident, working his way back mentally from getting his leg broke. Could be some jitters there and some rust and attrition there, but also it's not to be understated that Lamar Jackson's favorite target, when he gets in trouble, he's not looking for Mark anymore. That used to be the guy he looked at. Now he's looking for the athletic freak, that looks like him and is making plays for him too. So, I always talk about earning your quarterback's trust. Last year it was we have Odell Beckham. That's why Rashad Bateman isn't getting the ball. Well, no, Rashad Bateman wasn't getting the ball because Lamar didn't trust him. He didn't make the plays when given opportunities. So at a certain point, a quarterback not going to throw you the ball, especially when he's under duress. In these situations, Isaiah Likely's boxing people out, getting jump balls, making plays after the catch, blocking for Lamar when he needs to, in open space. So that's the biggest thing for me is like, I think Isaiah maybe leapfrog Mark in the Lamar trust depth chart. And I think that matters more than anything. But, if that's the case, to Key's point, and then, just in general, like what value does Mark bring if he's not the most trusted guy that's on the field? Because, in that case, he's just running around.
Right. And
Yeah.
I was about to say I mean, yeah, I agree with everything you said. It's just I haven't, before Mark injury last year, I haven't seen them produce together on the field. I haven't seen it. Like I haven't seen both of them go off for 80 yards and one had 50 yards, a touchdown. I haven't seen it. And like I said, there's only one game this season, so the jury is still out on Mark Andrews this year. Of course, we're not going to rush to judgment about it, but for that contract that he's playing, we need more production for that contract. Like that money could be definitely spent elsewhere if we don't get the type of production that we gonna get, if we gonna see him just missing blocks and stuff like that. But yeah, your point is well taken. It does not have to be evil. I mean, like you say, if they're going to have the identity where they are running star personnel, then they need to find a way to use both of them. I just don't know. I haven't seen it. We haven't seen it yet.
I don't think any of it. We ain't none of us
seen
seen it.
Yeah, and you talk about trust. I mean, likely led them with 30% of the target share passes on Thursday night. So, I mean, he's gained Lamar trust, obviously, but to see Mark and likely on the field, I think I read a stat like they were on the field. Let me just pull it up just to be 100% sure. But Mark and likely were on the field for 21 plays in the first half. The most plays they were on the field together last year was 16 for an entire game. So, like Nick alluded to, you're going to really see that 12 personnel, but if Mark can't stretch the field or be of value, then I think at some point it's got to be addition by subtraction. Like he just may find his way out the fold because Zay just proven himself to be too explosive at this point.
And right, and to your point is like if he's there and he's playing under a contract and with what he's meant to Baltimore is like, okay, are you gonna force him the ball? Like, do you make sure that is Monk going to still call plays for him just because he's Mark Andrews? He's going to have a package a game probably. So it's like, are you going to call plays? This is why I mean, where's Hayden Hurst? You see, give me back, bring me back, Hayden Hurst.
He with Greg Roman and the Chargers. They got all the former Ravens.
Yeah, he did too. Damn.
Just let Hayden Hurst block, and you don't got work. He ain't complaining about. I mean, Mark hasn't complained, but just let him block, and you just keep moving. So
Isaiah Likely's 2024 cap hit is 1.1 million and some change, compared to Mark Andrews, who's 16.9 million 2024 cap hit. So again, we talking about utilization. If Likely is going to be that guy that is not only making plays for Lamar, but is the more athletic option, he's harder to defend. We saw last year when we went on that run towards the end of the season, Isaiah Likely was the tight end, and he was the guy making plays throughout that stretch. It's just a different wiggle that he has than Mark. Mark, he's a vet. Maybe he's lost some. Maybe DNA's creeping in. I don't know, but Isaiah Likely has those super. He got the supercharged jets right now, and when you have that much difference in a cap hit, it's like I'm getting this type of production for 1.1 and this type of production for 16.9. At a certain point, you got to do the math.
Like, to me, I mean, like I said, Mark Andrews is an all-pro player. He's had great success here, but I think we all watch a lot of sport. Isaiah Likely looked like one of those ones. Like he looked like one of those guys. Like he's gonna be a guy. Like
you remember that Dolphins catch last year?
Yeah, like he looked like he's gonna be like he looked like you can line him up anywhere on the field, and he can literally do everything. He can block, he can go long, he can catch a screen pass.
He goes up and gets it too.
Yeah, he can be a matchup nightmare. Let's put one of them small safeties on him or something.
When we talking about tight ends, like when we talking about the top tight ends in the league, like Isaiah Likely is starting to get in that conversation. Like his running after the catch, his running catch ability is his catch and run ability is just crazy.
And the thing about Mark, if it's not on his number or something easily available to him, it's not always a foregone conclusion he's going to come down with the pass. I think the thing about Likely that is intriguing for Lamar is you just got to look at the players around Lamar. Who out there is big and will make a play on a jump ball situation? Because it ain't Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, no. Aguilar, no. So Isaiah Likely is probably one of the few that will go up there in a one-on-one situation where he's not totally open and Lamar's running for his fucking life. Where if Lamar throws it up, or even on fourth down, or not fourth down, but the last play we saw of regulation, Lamar was in trouble. He was under duress. Sometimes a quarterback needs a guy that's just going to go up and make a play, similar to a George Pickens yesterday, or some of these great receivers, Justin Jefferson down the field. Sometimes a wide receiver or a tight end's job is, even when the quarterback's wrong, is to make him look right. And I think Isaiah is probably one of the few on the roster that can do that consistently.
I want to stay on.
The touchdown pat, the touchdown, what he was, that was just pulled out at the end there. He wasn't open. Lamar just threw it up. He turned around and beat him. Like,
I think you made all yards after the catch.
Yeah, I think you made that point last show, like the miracle play. He just threw it up, and likely made a play.
I want to stay on the identity point, Nick. You spoke about this briefly last week, but I did see a quote from John Harbaugh today. I love John Harbaugh quotes. We didn't bring Derrick Henry in here to be that guy that gets the ball 30 times a game.
Newsflash, Ravens fan.
I'm not a Ravens fan.
Ooh, told you.
And when I birthed Norman Porta, when I said I did not care if y'all had this dude, right? I knew this, but I just want. How do y'all feel now? He's a more expensive Gus Edwards at this point, right?
He's always been that though,
right? But now he's 31.
The thing with that is you got to pair him with an offensive line that's going to get that push. I think that his calling card was yards after contact, and he wasn't the most efficient running back on Thursday. Now, mind you, it was only game one, and mind you, the Chiefs defense is a championship defense, but Ravens fans thinking that it's a foregone conclusion that Derrick Henry is going to be this 4.5, 5 yards per carry, 130-yard rushing guy the entire season. I'm sorry to break it to you, but we need the offensive line to cooperate too. And anytime that we trail in a game, you can take the Derrick Henry dream out of it. He might be on the field just for just so you can't load the box and make things super predictable. But he's not a running threat in those situations where we trail a game. So it's just too many ways he can get game scripted out of our offense. He's really was brought in to be that hammer when we're up 10, up 15. That's the thing about the Ravens construction that I just have had an issue with. Like, we always assume we're going to be up 15, up 10, up 20. Like, we're really good at getting up and running the clock out. But how good are we when we're down 10, down 13, down 17? We can't even get our timeouts in order in those situations. We'll go to the fucking fourth quarter with one timeout after using two of them within the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. So you see the difference with Saquon Barkley. You see the difference, and we have to really decide what our offensive identity is going to be, because Lamar has never been this much under center. We want to do 12 personnel with the tight ends. We also want to spread you out and gut you. So you can't do all of that at once. We got to figure out, are we a running team? Are we going to give the keys 1,000% to Lamar? Because it seems like the when we actually moved the ball, it was Lamar Jackson with space and him just making a play out of nowhere. It was nothing schemed up to that helped us make plays occur. It was all Lamar Jackson off script. So that's not that is a form of our offensive identity. It's just, what are you doing, Monken? And what are we doing, O-line? Like, it can't be Lamar or bust.
Right. And I agree. And to that point, it's like, you got to have the coaches. You got to have a head coach that can say, all right, okay, we can change the game plan from game to game. Like,
hold on. Christian McCaffrey to be inactive Monday. Oh shit. Sorry.
I saw he was questionable.
Really?
But
no bueno. I gotta make some changes. Hold up.
But you should be able to change depending on your opponent. You should be able to switch the game plan. Like, if they weaken the secondary, you might want to throw the ball a little bit more today. If they light up front, you might want to run the ball a little today. But John Harbaugh just hasn't shown the aptitude to be able to do that. And it makes it. I mean, like I said, we'll see how the Derrick Henry play out. But he's not going to be that guy. But it just makes it a lot worse when you see J.K. Dobbins doing what he did yesterday, man.
Salute to J.K. He looked good. he looked good. All right. Moving on. Kyle Van Noy went down in that game, and he has a broken orbital bone. So what does this mean for your linebacker rotation and who's rushing the passer? Who fills in and steps in those shoes? Because y'all brought him back in to be a veteran presence. He had a good year last year.
Yeah, I mean, last year he had 30 tackles, career high, 9 sacks. Only played 14 games with us last year, so I mean, I think you're losing IQ more than anything out there. Just a smart linebacker who can make plays. But when you talk about the possible replacements in Malik Harrison, Tavius Robinson, and David Ajabo, you're talking about a lot of inexperience, a lot of guys who haven't played a lot of snaps. We saw what Malik Harrison was on Thursday night, especially out in space. It didn't look good for whatever reason, or in the way that defense was scheming, we kept getting Rashee Rice on linebackers. So if that's the case, and those are your three replacements, I'm not sure. I'm just hoping that I heal sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean, if the replacement guy be Harrison, if that's who we're playing, I'm not confident in that at all. I guess you got to factor in the injuries as far as depth is concerned. But I don't think the Ravens did enough for that position, especially after losing Queen on that, on the outside. So it's gonna hurt. It's definitely gonna hurt. Hopefully you can, like you said, bide your time and get through it or whatever. But that injury is definitely a big injury.
Yeah, I mean, people don't realize, especially like on some of the recent conversations about the team, like people got to realize this team isn't the team from last year. Yeah. Last year was a veteran team, a veteran bunch, an experienced bunch. This team is not. We're young at a lot of key positions, and chief among them is linebacker, right? And the one vet that you brought back, him not being, him being a little banged up is not ideal, but it does give opportunity for other guys to kind of make their name. It's an opportunity for people to play and to show what they can do out there. So they got to seize that, because this is normal NFL. We've seen the Rams try to retool on the fly, so to speak, with youth movements, and we've seen other teams. The core, as far as Lamar Jackson, Roquan, and a few others, they're intact, but this is an entirely different team, and we have to recognize that too.
And I'm gonna go back a little bit on my Harrison comp, because Mahomes can make anybody look like that. So it's the first game of the season. Is you playing against Patrick Mahomes, so we'll see if he's gonna get better. But he definitely got to get better than he was Thursday. But Patrick Mahomes can do that to anybody. He can make the best. He made Roquan look like that. So it ain't like
Roquan was looking crazy out there.
Yeah, but I mean, he was missing tackles in space. That ain't Mahomes.
He looked like a two-pack of ass.
I mean, just the matchups though.
He looked bad.
Just to get him on. Just to get him on.
He looked bad.
Yeah, he out of he not comfortable.
Yeah, so you got. I mean, but like you said, we're gonna go back to or. You got to just put your players in a better position, man. Put your players in a better position.
Roquan talked too much, so he got to get that. He talked too much. I'm not used to that from y'all. Like, y'all don't talk.
Roquan do talk too much.
I'm used to talking, but I'm used to like the bone.
Break talk, but
like Terrell Suggs talk, but
Terrell
you get 2 sacks.
Like, we talking about Hall of Famers. Yeah, we talking about Hall of Famers. Like, Roquan is really good.
He might be on his way, but he ain't there yet. Put it like that. Yeah, he might be on his way, but he ain't there yet.
Yeah, it's not talking like. I brought y'all behind my curtain. Now I gotta kick y'all out. Ravens, Browns, Bengals, winless. I'm gonna take y'all out of this. I don't think y'all have anything to worry about.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
I don't think y'all have anything to worry about.
Yeah, we ain't look like the
mother. Don't put us in the same category as the goddamn Browns and the Bengals.
I'm reading. I usually don't read a script.
I thought you were gonna be more villainous this
no.
Today.
Oh, it's still early. It's still early. But I also had
he saw 6 field goals and he can't talk too much.
No.
Nah, he knows it's gonna get cold come December. He trying to stock up points now. He making deposits.
Hey,
he know what it's gonna be once that weather changes.
Never ran for
buy low, sell high.
Yeah, I told you he do that. I told you he do that.
You be buying low, sell high. See, so that's what you did.
The narrative around me is crazy. I'm doing this so that my word hold weight, and it can't hold weight if you just you gotta be unbiased in these things. So do I think y'all have something to worry about? No, I don't. But for the other 2 motherfuckers in this division,
yeah,
my little bros, my little Browns and Bengals, out of those 2, who has the most to worry about? They both got shit to worry about. Who got the most to worry about?
I say the Bengals.
Do you?
That's a good call. Why you say that?
Why you say that?
Yeah.
Well, first you got 2 disgruntled wide receivers who want to get paid, Higgins and Chase.
Yeah.
Those are cash cows who Burrow got. Burrow wasn't even looking at Chase yesterday for whatever reason that was. It was a couple plays they pulled one that last drive of the fourth quarter. Chase wide open. didn't even look his way. And two, I just think their defense isn't that good. The Browns at the end of the day can fall back on that defense if they can run the ball efficiently. I just don't think the Bengals do anything good.
Yeah, I think
like you can't lose to the Patriots if you're supposed to be a Super Bowl contender and you lose to the Patriots week 1. Rookie head coach.
Shout out to
at home.
Mayo.
Yeah, shout out to Gerard Mayo for sure. We'll get there, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be more worried about the Bengals right now to answer your question.
I mean, I'm more worried about more so the Browns, and I'll tell you why. But I get your point about the Bengals, and Nick been saying this for the last 2 years. They not as good as they were. Like they coming back a little bit down to earth now. So
I'm seeing Geno Stone out there. I'm like,
yeah. So it's like,
but that was your man. That was your man.
Right.
He made plays with Mike McDonald. He don't look like that without McDonald.
I just think the Browns got more to worry about because they invested so much in Deshaun Watson. And they have no draft picks. They look like they don't have a quarterback. So it's like, so I think even it don't matter how good your defense is. We didn't see Kyle Bowl in the Ravens. It don't matter how good your defense is. If your offense can't do anything, if your offense is inept and you keep on giving your defense short fields and losing time possession 30 to whatever, 40 to whatever, you're going to lose the game. No defense can stay on the field 40 minutes, no matter how good you are, and not get tired. Myles Garrett, as good as he is, he's going to get tired. Denzel Ward, as good as he is, they're going to get tired. They're going to feel as much as he was. They can't get better. They can trade Deshaun. They can bench him, but what is that going to do? They can't get better. I just think the Bengals, if Joe Burrow is healthy, they gonna be okay. They gonna be all right. I think your point is well taken with that holy ass defense because it is holy, and you can run the ball in them any type of way. I just think the Browns, there's no way up for them. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel is no light for them because Deshaun Watson, you say unless he get better, they done for years.
I agree with Keys. I do not like Deshaun Watson. I never have liked Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson is proving me right every day. That is going to go down as the worst deal in NFL history. Mm-hmm. Point blank, period. And there is a way that they can get out from under Deshaun Watson, but I don't like Deshaun Watson as a player. As a human, I'm going to keep that, and I'm not going to put that out there. But there is a way. I'll let everybody do what you will. But
oh, my bad.
No, I'm just saying. But I say the Browns because you got $230 million tied in them.
No draft picks.
No draft picks.
I'll go the Bengals mainly because the writing's been on the wall about Deshaun the last couple of seasons since his return from Freaknik. It's just the returns haven't been good, so they kind of knew that the product that they were receiving was stepped on. Right, it wasn't the good yayo; it was some stepped on, and they knew they got. And I think they've been trying to navigate in a space in which they hope and pray the returns get better, but it just has not. You see players on the field, his own teammates not helping him up when he's on the ground, or not wanting help from him when they're on the ground. It's
touch me with them nasty ass hands.
Yeah, man, you don't know where them hands have been.
Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
Is he a captain, Deshaun? Do you got to see on his jersey?
I'm not.
For a creep. And he did
Shit. But saying all of that, I mean, I think the Browns kind of knew, like, especially when Joe Flacco comes in and the team looks completely different. I think you get a sense of, okay, this ain't what it's supposed to be. So hopefully they've been planning their escape hatch, so to speak. My issue and what I think is of greater concern is the Bengals aren't expected to have chemistry issues or any issues in that regard. I mean, you have an owner that's cheap. That's not going to change. They barely have a practice facility. They have to walk across the street to get to practice. Yes. You know what I mean? It's not private or secluded. It's nothing state of the art going on. There's been injuries on that practice field. I remember the AJ Green years, you know what I mean? Him on that practice field getting hurt, a couple times and complaining about it. I mean, it's just Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. And then you have Joe Burrow trying to prove a point. Are you trying to prove that the Bengals can win a game without Chase? I don't understand why he probably didn't look Chase's way more often, because in the past it's Chase or bust, especially with Higgins not in the game. You know, we've never seen something to where Chase is not peppered with targets, especially in a losing effort. So my question is that purposeful? Is like we're trying to send a message to Chase, you know, me as the leader, like, yo, you have 2 years left in your deal. Get your butt back out here. We can win a game without you. Well, clearly they can't. Clearly. So these chemistry issues, I mean, they ain't going away. Every time Chase is asked about the team or just the direction, he's given snark answers. You know, he's clearly frustrated. And they've let a lot of talent go. You saw Joe Mixon, what he did yesterday. That's not to be understated. You know what I mean? And it's like this is a team with
the fountain of
expectations.
youth. Yeah.
They calling Joe Burrow a top 5 quarterback. It's like when you're a top 5 quarterback, you should have the expectations of a top 5 quarterback. So I don't think anybody's calling Deshaun top 5 except for that contract. And again, that's something that they've had to bite that pill for the last 2-3 years. It's just not a shock to them anyway.
That's valid.
And I mean, my last point on it is the Bengals go to Kansas City next week, and the Browns go to Jacksonville next week. They could be very well both be 0-2.
Okay, leads me to my point. Will y'all be 0-2?
I hope not.
Before we go to commercial break, will y'all be 0-2?
We got the Raiders.
Better not lose.
We got Gardner.
After the way they look yesterday, we better not lose it either.
No, listen, press the panic button on this show if that happens. Like, you need to press Sko. You need to get in our ass if we lose the Raiders.
Oh, don't worry.
We lost to Gardner Minshew last year in the bank, so I'm.
Don't worry.
But
I
it's
need
already
a
come
Go
on.
next week.
Biggest favorite of the week this week. Betting wise,
depending on how we beat Denver, like
you need to come in all black. You need to come in all black.
We like 9.5.
Not week 2. Hell no.
Like what? How many? What's the favorite?
We was 9.5. I think.
And that's you said that's the biggest one, right?
That's we the biggest favorite this week.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
In the bank is home.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be that bad if they didn't just get beat by the Chargers like that yesterday. It wouldn't be that bad, but they look bad.
Yeah,
I mean, given how the Chargers ran the ball on them, I'm hoping this is a game that you can get some confidence early week. I'm thinking before I dive into the matchup for your offensive line, but I'm looking at it as it could be a get right game, or it could be you going to Dallas 0-2. So I think it's as we get into the tape this week, I'm leaning Ravens, but the Raiders didn't look good yesterday. But they're gonna come prepared with Antonio Pierce.
I mean, but he gonna live in his fears though, so it don't matter what he do.
But Max Crosby against that old line, I don't know. Wishful. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, but the Ravens should. It's a game that I don't know if they're going to beat it by 9.5, but they should be okay. It shouldn't be. They should be all right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Cool. I like that. Y'all better hope.
Nigga,
y'all ask for Villain Skull. You ask for Villain Skull. Don't put it in the universe.
I
will group text myself and plan a funeral. All right. That shit, and I will never forget that. All right.
Shit, I wear all black with you. They lose to the Raiders.
Let's go to the first commercial break. Nitty Gritty.
When I want some sports news, Nitty Gritty is definitely who I'm tuning into, man. They show up each week with that uncut, that raw, that unfiltered sports news.
They say the things that everyone else wishes that they can say, but they can't.
Every Tuesday and Saturday, I am locked into my favorite sports show, Nitty Gritty.
Nitty Gritty, the best show out right now. Tune in and listen, stupid
Dummies. All right. Dallas defeats Cleveland 33-17. Let's see this shellacking. Let's put this on the screen. Dak Prescott, 19 completions, 179 yards and a touchdown. Deshaun, wish I had a massage table. Watson, 24 completions, 169 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions. I mean,
did you see the graphic? He didn't even throw the ball past 5 yards in the first half.
He might as well sign Kenny Pickett.
It was just nasty. It was very nasty. Right. It's like, is he still hurt, or like is he just a bum? Like, which one is it?
Could be a little bit of both.
It's one of the two.
It could be both,
man. Like his shoulder gone. He blew his shoulder out.
That's the thing. He ain't got that good reference hug to bring him back to life.
I thought it was a stolen shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
So I mean, he just looked bad.
He looked bad. I like it.
Look bad. The Brown. I think the Brown. I mean, like I said, they keeping him at quarterback for 17 games. They in for a long year.
Yeah. Shout out to the guy. Shout out to that. Got his money. Got paid yesterday. Highest paid player in football right now too. So
did y'all see his
he came
contract?
out.
Got a
Yeah,
million.
231.
More
Yeah,
a million more guaranteed than the Sean. Got 231.
It was damn near fully guaranteed.
yeah. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
outside of
2 million, right?
$9 million.
Yeah, like 9 or
Yeah.
something. Like that. I was like, that.
Yeah, it's like $9 million not guaranteed.
Yeah.
Shout out to CD too, because CD went off. Like you get like they should have been paid him. Like they should have been gave his money because he probably
How
top
players
five.
that when they get that?
Yeah.
Somebody said Jerry
gotta
seen
be
Shador on Saturday and said, "Let me sign Dak now."
Real quick, I know we don't talk a lot about college. Just real quick, Shador, you should have told your daddy, "I love you, but I'm leaving." It's no way I would have came back to play behind that offensive line. No way.
Yeah, that
You
line
gonna
was
get
terrible.
killed.
No way. No way. I think this is the Jerry Jones model, though. Like, he had no intentions on not signing these guys. I just think he likes the media attention around all of that drama. There's no way you was letting CD walk away next year.
Especially you gave them the deals that they wanted. You pretty much gave both of them.
Yeah, you gave them what they wanted.
You
Like,
was going to sign them. Yeah, so yeah, I agree with that.
Jerry Jones likes
this shit is entertainment, yeah.
100%.
All of this shit is entertainment. So with him negotiating with the players' agents and whatnot, he knows in his heart what he's going to do. Obviously, he just wants to see people make it through camp healthy. He's gone through that situation where you pay somebody and they get hurt immediately. So a lot of it is just like just him playing with the media, liking the attention it brings to his organization. It doesn't hurt business, so to speak, especially like when you're drumming up interest. He understands the game. Back to Deshaun, it was a surgically repaired throwing shoulder, so that is something that just had been cleared for contact. He hadn't been throwing a lot this offseason. That's no excuses, though. He's not the first person to get off-season shoulder surgery. He's been bad for 3 seasons now. It's just unfortunate to see how his career has played out. But again, it is what it is. Those are the breaks. He's getting paid. He's going to have to play a lot better for that Browns team, or they're not going to be able to run the ball when it's 3 and out every drive, right? And then you can't score with teams, so you can't run the ball in that scenario either, because you're down 14 points at a certain point. So
your defense is tired, and defense becomes ineffective, and that's recipe to disaster.
Man, go make a play, Myles Garrett. Go make a play. You know what? I see my guy change the game, and we can't score no points. Ain't scored a point in 3 years. I see my guy go make a play. Shit. I don't want to, like you say, no excuses. I see my guy.
They was down 30, but I feel
early in the game. Why'd they score 30?
I mean, because
they giving out punt returns, they playing on short field.
Dak and Kurt is 2 different people. Like it's two different offenses. I mean,
y'all got Dak in a few weeks. We gonna see.
Yeah, I know. He broke his leg before.
Dak coming to Pittsburgh, or y'all go to
Pittsburgh?
Hey, you want a villain? So I'm here. It's a fuck. Like they throw the ball all over the place. They make a lot of money. And like,
y'all, do they come to y'all or y'all go to them?
They come to Pitt, I think.
Even if we went down there, it's still gonna be half. We travel anyway. Joey, give a fuck about his contract. Joey.
Yeah, they come to Pitt. That's a Sunday night game too.
Oh,
that's gonna be fun.
Oh, that's good. Watch your back, Dak.
October 6th.
It's gonna look like Dak on the beach. It's gonna look like Dak on the beach all over again.
I actually like how Dak came out on the road. I was kind of expecting. I wasn't expecting his best game, and it wasn't his best game statistically, but I think he played a sound game and him into much trouble. Staying drives and just let his team make plays around him.
Yeah, I got 231 guarantee. Y'all go do this shit. 16-10, Patriots beat the Bengals in their home. Shout out to Gerard Mayo. Get your first win. Shout
out to Jacoby too.
Jacoby Brissett. He always gonna keep a job. Definitely. Stays employed. 15 completions from Jacoby, 121 yards. Joseph Burrow, 21 completions, 164 yards.
Yeah, they can't stop. I'm gonna start with. I'll let y'all attack Burrow but they can't do nothing. They can't stop the run on defense. I feel like now they have no dynamic players on defense. That Jesse Bates is gone. He's been gone. Yeah, I just don't think. I think they back to the Bengals that gonna be back to the Bengals that we've always known. You know, they might have a 1 or 2 seasons where they win 10 games, win 11 games. It might surprise you at the top of the division, but other than that, that's the same success that they have over the last 2-3 years. I think that's done. Mainly because they already lost Tyler Boyd. T. Higgins is pretty much out the door. He's not playing there, and I don't know what they're gonna do as far as Jamar Chase is gonna want to be played more than Justin Jefferson. I don't think the Browns owners are going to do that. So I mean, he's on record as saying, "No, I don't need more. No, you need more." I'm pretty sure it's a contract on the table. You just don't want it. So yeah, I don't put more. I don't know how good the Patriots are going to be. Shout out to them. Shout out to them for getting their win on the road to the Bengals. But I think this is more about the Bengals just being a 6-pack of ass. They just was that bad. In all phases, offense, defense, special team, they was that bad. Coaching, everything, just bad. Just look bad. The crowd wasn't even in the game.
I'll be fair to Joseph and the Bengals. Under Zach Taylor going into this year, they are 1-9, or now they're 1-10 under Taylor during the first 2 weeks of the season. So notoriously, they are a slow starting team, especially with that offense. But something that we can't ignore is giving up 170 rush yards to the New England Patriots. They didn't have Barry Sanders back there.
Yeah, it wasn't Corey Dillon.
That wasn't Corey Dillon. That wasn't, you know what I mean, anybody that you should be giving up 170 rush yards to. I mean, Ramondre Stevenson, talented player, like him, but he's not that guy, but nor are his backups. You know what I mean? So it's like,
don't got Tom Brady making the defense be honest either. Like, you know, you can load the box all day.
Like, what are we doing here? Why can't you stop that team from running the ball? That is a problem, because there are going to be teams that actually have quarterbacks and have wide receivers and tight ends along with those running games that you're going to have to try to stop. And then with this Bengals offense, it's been historically slow starting. We'll see if they rev it up towards the middle of the season. But again, that chemistry issue is not going anywhere. This dude was holding out with 2 years remaining on his deal.
Yeah, right.
That nigga, he is not playing about his money or the prospects of him getting it.
Right. That's
because it's probably, you know, 29 or 30 other teams that are paying right now.
Right now.
Right now.
If I'm a Raven, what you want?
Goddamn right. You damn right, man. Jamar Chase and George Pickens will look good, man. Pay that man. Give it to him. Give it to him. But hey, that's the Bengals. But we knew this was gonna happen. Like when it was like, oh, y'all better enjoy this shit now. Because I don't know how you just gonna pay all three of them. Not them.
And then you got T. Higgins, who we don't know if he's acting in solidarity with Jamar Chase, because everything was going well in the practice read until it wasn't, and then all of a sudden he's doubtful. And it's like he's the one playing on the franchise tag. If anybody really should be mad, it shouldn't be the person with 2 years on his deal. It should be the guy that has to go out there and risk injury on a franchise tag.
What was T injury? Because it was a fluke, wasn't it? Like we didn't hear about it until Thursday.
Jamar Chase had food poisoning.
Yeah, but T was like what was his back?
I think it was a soft tissue of some sort. But that's something that you can you can say, "Ow, I'm having pain," right? And then all of a sudden it can be, "Ow, I'm feeling better."
Oh, he's not playing through nothing. He's stuck.
It's a hamstring. It's a hamstring.
Oh yeah. They might as well put him on IR. He ain't playing for the next 4 weeks. He's done.
Yeah.
I mean, why would I play if my hamstring is tight and I'm looking for a contract? That makes no sense.
And who's to say he's not in solidarity with his brother? You know what I mean? Like they got me on the franchise tag. And they not even talking to you correctly in contract negotiations. They telling you better wait. This is our offer we have right now. You better take it, or regardless, go play. Like we don't know the inner workings. And then you got Joe Burrow out there trying to like massage through everything, and they played as if the team is in turmoil. That was a bad loss. I don't care if it was on the road. I don't care if it's week 1. That team in New England wasn't even trying to win. Let me rephrase. Every team goes out on Sunday trying to win a football game, but if they lost, they wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been.
Oh shit, we lost. Damn.
And even though he got 2 years left on his deal, honestly, getting them right now going to be a discount compared to what you pay in a year or two.
If you get them now, hell yeah.
Market's
You're gonna
only
reset the
gonna go
market
up.
next
The
year.
money is only going to go up. Somebody else going to get paid, and
What
then you're going to have to pay him more than that.
Did Burrow sign his with 1 year left? Or he signed his with when did he sign? He signed his because Burrow got his contract.
Burrow signed his with 2 years left, I think, too.
Yeah,
but
he
Yeah,
got his
that's what I'm
early.
saying. That's when he got his early.
And that's
too.
why-
and that's why
that's
Chase.
They
why
said the
Jamal-
Bengals don't do that though.
That's why Jamal
y'all
steps in that
better start
building.
doing it.
Because I saw you do it. I saw you do it.
I was about to say because I was like Burrow ain't coming to the league more than a lot of years more where he should have already a contract. Him and T was what a year apart, right? Or they in the same year, same draft class, ain't they?
And and if I'm Chase, no, I think T was a year before. I'm not sure.
A year
But,
before. Okay.
I think with Chase, I mean, that was a great point about Burrow's contract extension and when it happened. And so I think with Chase, I mean, I think if I'm him, I automatically tie myself into Burrow's ascension as a quarterback. Pre-Chase, Burrow, ACL injury, question marks on, just what type of player he is. Post-Chase, different story. I mean, the connection was immediate. You know what I mean? So if I'm looking at the situation, I'm like, okay, shout out to my brother for getting that deal, but don't sit there and close the door on me when I'm trying to talk to you 2 years or you know what I mean. Don't act like I'm not one of those guys that make this team run. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if yesterday was like trying to prove it to him that we can win without you, but it's like I don't know if you can.
They are to correct. I mean, not correct, but they did come in the same year. So
okay.
They gave him hits early. They made T wait, and then they're not trying to give Jamal.
Yeah, Burrow's they both got drafted in 2020, right? And then Burrow's got paid.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Chase and Higgins. You talking about Higgins and Burrow.
Yeah. So it's like
they were rookies together, yes.
Right. So it's like they worked out one. They gave him his deal early, and they don't business backwards.
Yeah, my thing is like I get giving the quarterback the money first. I get that, but you gotta prioritize T.
I mean, even if you don't sign, you might not have the money to sign T, but you definitely got to get Jamal Chase's contract 2 years.
You got to give somebody some money.
Yeah, you got to pay somebody.
Got to get some money.
Yeah, somebody.
He asked for a trade, didn't he, over the offseason?
Yeah. Said, no, we're not trading.
And they said no. Trade me, like a good organization that says, "Yo, I respect you, but I can't pay you. Let me get you into a good situation." So look at the Bears, right? Like different scenario, but they put Justin in a great scenario, regardless of the draft capital they got back or whatever they got back. They didn't care about that as much as they cared about getting Justin to a good scenario for his career. In this scenario, if you're not going to pay him, let me fly somewhere else. Who's going to pay me? You know what I mean? But they're keeping him hostage, and then they're treating Chase the way they're treating Chase. Now, mind you, negotiating with 2 years left on your deal, that's typically not what people do. But if I'm Chase, I'm looking at it like,
yeah, he got the.
I'll play my
precedent now. You set the precedent for
and he didn't outplay this contract already.
And that's the thing. You got it.
My rookie year, we went to the Super Bowl.
My
rookie year, we went to the Super Bowl.
That's no coincidence, Scott.
Yeah, my rookie year, we went to the Super Bowl. What did y'all do 20 years, 50 years? Like, come on, stop playing.
Listen, how I think and why this is my last point of Jamal Chase. I seen what he did to Marlon Humphrey and the Ravens. Pay the guy, please. Give him all the money he wants. I've never seen nobody. I've never seen a receiver.
Wait, because I saw what George did, and we got some time. Chill.
Well, he didn't do what Jamal did though. He ain't do that shit.
Oh, no, that was like 150. He put like 150 on. Yeah. He did him dirty. That was
his base salary is $1 million this year. That's why he acting like that.
His what?
His base salary is $1 million.
Yeah, see, you can't pay
$55,000. $1,055,000.
Jamal Chase is top.
Jamal Chase
you got to pay him. You got to pay him.
I mean, his signing bonus is 4.9 for the year. I mean, basically putting him at like about 5, a little under 6 for the year. Yo, come on, man. Stop. That's what Bateman got. That's what Bateman signed for.
All right.
Yeah, if I'm Jamal, I'm probably not playing next week.
Like for real, he played for a Bateman deal right now.
I'm coming in the office and just sitting down Bateman picture with his stats. Like, come on,
slamming that shit on the table.
Slamming that shit on the table. Like,
this is who you think I am? Yeah, I got more food poisoning.
Oh my god,
I got more. I got more. Crazy.
Oh my god, yeah.
All right. We knew this game. We knew this next game was going to be exciting, and it turned out to be everything that we thought it was. Texans defeat the Colts 29-27. CJ Stroud 24 completions, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns. Anthony Richardson 9 completions, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, 56 on the ground with a rushing touchdown.
I can go for a 7-game series of this game. Of these two teams. This shit was good.
You ain't lying. Yeah.
That shit was good.
Football.
But the divisional football. Short of Anthony Richardson making a couple mistakes, it was a great game. But he played great. CJ Stroud played great. It's just Houston got so many goddamn weapons, man. He can really do. You can see Nico Collins running free. You got Stephon Diggs, who won't have the greatest game yardage, but he had 2 tugs. So it's like, then you got Joe Mixon running for 160. And then that defense, second they got some problems in the secondary, but our front that Texans are cool. This gonna be a closer division race than what we all anticipated, because I think the Colts are going to be good. It looked like Anthony Richardson got better in the offseason. We talk about somebody that had offseason surgery. There you go, and you see what type of bombs he throwing. So, and granted, I don't know if it was on the throwing shoulder or not, but still, he looked like he got better, which you want to see from your second-year quarterback. He looks like he got better. This was just a good game. This is probably one of the better games, if not the best game. This was a really good game. You could tell it's 2 well-coached teams, and coming from being a Ravens fan, where you got your coach who can't do shit right. When you're able to see two great coach teams, man, it's different. Like, they making all the right on fourth. They know when to go for it on fourth down. Know when to kick the field goal. They know when to punt. They putting their players in the right position. Like, that was a hell of a call by D'Amico to go for that fourth down with Stephon Diggs. Like that, only good coaches can make decisions like that. Even if it don't work, he's still not getting questioned for that. That's my thing. It don't work, you're not getting questioned. Every time John Harbaugh shit don't work, even if it do work, we still question him. So it's like, this was a great game. Shout out to Anthony Richardson, though, man. That throw, and we probably gonna talk about it later in the show, but that throw was outrageous. That shit was outrageous. That's probably one of the best throws I've seen in a long, long time. And he made like 2 or 3 of them too. That was just the best one. But in that game, he made like 2 or 3 of them throws.
I mean, you get 9 completions for 212 yards. You airing that bitch out.
I mean, listen, he's going to have to be more consistent as a passer. I mean,
of course. Yeah.
There was a few balls to Mitchell that he missed, the rookie.
Yeah. Like 3.
I missed that point. Yep.
And he's good too. He was getting wide open.
His route running is ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, he's going to be a player. It didn't show up in the box score, but on that tape, that man's going to be a player. But I mean, again, Anthony Richardson, you can't really be too critical of him. He's a baller. Mm-hmm. He's a playmaker. That's something that, as far as his efficiency, his accuracy, those type of things are going to come with reps. As far as him and his skill set, because you see that he's making the tough passes. Those passes downfield aren't easy passes. He's just some people just have that playmaker gene. That backyard football DNA, the Josh Allens, the Lamars, he's one of them, right? Cam Newton's, he's one of them, to where it might not look the prettiest all the time, or the box score might not show like a 75% completion percentage, but at the same token, that motherfucker battled all game long, and he had the foot on the gas all game long, and that's what Anthony Richardson did. Switching gears to CJ Stroud, I mean, Jesus Christ, year 2. I mean, it's just year 2. It's only year 2.
He might be on his way to MVP.
It's only going to get worse for the league. It's only going to get worse.
Next game, Bills defeat the Cardinals 34-28. Kyler Murray, 21 completions, 162 yards and a tud. Josh Allen, 18 completions, 232 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Another good game. One of the better games. You called it, Nick. You said it was going to be a shootout, which it was. I just think the Cardinals, I think they just let up a little bit. They had it. But then, to the point, Josh Allen took over the game. He really took over the game. Hopefully you never want to see somebody get injured. So hopefully that hand injury is not too crazy. But he took over the game. It started off slow with him. I think he was getting adjusted to not having, Diggs there and, Gabe Davis there. So he was getting adjusted. But once he realized, all right, this is me or nothing, this my show, he took off. And the Cardinals defense could do nothing with him. But shout out to Kyler, though. They played tough. And, Kyler will be tough, man. I think he need to rely on his legs a little bit more than what he does, because sometimes he's sitting in that pocket, and I think he can get out and he can escape. He can pick up first downs anytime he wants to. But yeah, this was another good game. I think the biggest takeaway from this game is just if Josh Allen going to miss any significant time with that hand injury.
He's clear for Thursday. It was I think it's just like a bruise or a contusion, and it was on his offhand, so he'd be all right. But the Bills defense is Swiss cheese, and that is something that they're going to have to improve during the season, or it's going to be a long season for them. It looks like so far through 1 week, their recipe for winning is scoring 34 to 40 points a game and just outscoring teams. And, with that, you're going to have to live and die with the ball being in Josh Allen's hands, with turnovers, so to speak. Didn't have many. I think he had an early fumble on a sack, but he did a good job controlling himself, playing within himself. And, you don't have nobody yelling in his ear about, where the ball is going. He was spreading the ball around. Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman, James Cook, Dalton Kincaid, Knox, like everybody got a piece of the pie, and he was just going to the open man. He played a control game, 4 touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 2 in the air. It's just, I think the turning point in the game was them scoring before halftime, because they had the ball coming out of half and they scored again. So they erased the deficit in 2 drives. And at that point, it's a tie game. You're on the road. It was just too much for Arizona. Still a young team. I saw people trying to slander Kyler about a missed read to Marvin Harrison. But then when you look at the film, you see why the read was missed. I'm not worried about the Marvin Harrison Kyler connection. I think Kyler did if you actually watch the game, he played a great game.
Yeah, he played amazing. Mm-hmm.
He got the ball to where the read was. And you know what I mean? It's just some weeks Marvin's going to be the first read, some weeks he isn't. I think in his first NFL game, they probably tried to take it easy on him and ease him in, especially being that he didn't play much during the preseason. So with Marvin, again, some of these, I mean, you got to pay attention to rookie players. Not every rookie comes in from week 1 and just start going amazing. Like sometimes you got to ease him in. He'll be fine by midseason. Don't even worry about that. The fact that he was able to get the ball to the Greg Dortches of the world consistently and the Michael Wilsons and so on and so forth and involving other people, that's just going to make them a stronger team going forward. But they'll be fine. Both defenses are horrible, though.
Swiss, yeah. Both defenses.
Yeah, Swiss cheese. All right, let's move on to our fantasy football recap. I'll go first. If you listen to me, I'm sorry. Jackson Smith. I had Jackson Smith for Jigba. I told, hey, put him in.
Still gonna have a great year.
Nah, yeah, I'm just talking about this week. If you listen to me this week, he had 2 catches for 19 yards. Not the best, but do not give up on him. He's still great player, great pedigree. Just that's not what the game called for.
I don't even remember mine. I think I had 2, but I remember Chris Godwin was one of them. He had 8 for 83 and a touchdown, and only reason I even mentioned him specifically is because he's back in his role in the slot as opposed to being on the outside, and you saw that made a great difference as far as his target share and the reads and the looks that he were getting. But Baker Mayfield yesterday, we didn't talk much about it, but I gotta give him the respect that he deserves. That motherfucker out here going off.
It's mighty Cleveland of Cleveland to get rid of Baker.
Ain't that something?
Sean, he goes crazy, and it's like, yo, Baker's pretty good.
They're sitting there looking at it like, damn, we should have kept Baker in our draft picks.
If I'm damn. Now, to Cleveland's credit, he wasn't doing that in Cleveland.
Mm-mm.
He wasn't doing that in Cleveland. But the fact that he is doing that in Tampa, and he backs up, he went to the playoffs, they lost, but I didn't think that was going to happen in Tampa.
I was about to say, is it Cleveland? But then I saw Joe Flacco succeed in Cleveland. So no, it's Deshaun.
Yeah, it's Deshaun. It's definitely Deshaun. Definitely Deshaun. Shoot it to you, Keith.
Mute.
You on mute, brother.
I had Garrett Wilson. He played tonight. So
okay. Yeah.
But I did say look out for Marvin Harrison Jr. as my secondary. And I mean, obviously he didn't have a rookie performance we was expecting debut, but like Nick alluded to, I think as the season progresses, he'll definitely be one of the guys that Kyler Murray looks for. He'll be fine.
Or trade him to me if you don't want him. I'll take him.
Tell you what, likely ain't sitting on my bench no more. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh yeah.
I honestly didn't. I'm thinking Mark's back. Didn't know that he wasn't 100%, but it's like, all right, you're back. I'm gonna feed you early. Pause. I didn't.
See, you think like the Ravens trying to get a package.
Right. I
No.
thought I'm
Get rid of no, absolutely not. Start this like
I'm
Mr.
like,
Guy.
all right, yo, Mark back. It was like 10 minutes into I'm like, yo, was Mark even playing? What the fuck is going on?
The obvious is never obvious with us, go. Welcome to the flop.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
Oh, random. J.K. Dobbins, I wanted to shout out.
Yes.
That man's been through a lot, and to see him running like that yesterday, to see him running like that,
he's on like Forrest.
That's what I said. I was like, I mean, we were talking about Darren Kirby. I said, I would listen. I wish you had JK back. Like,
you toting that rock, you get what he had, 10 for 140.
Yeah,
it's
he
crazy.
had
Just
like,
them runs, man. Just them,
Yeah.
man.
He got the vision. He still can make the little. He might not have he might not can sustain a run for a long distance, but he'll bust a chunk run.
They said he was the second fast. He had the second fastest mile per hour behind Saquon in week 1, and with all those knee injuries,
I ain't see it, but I'm surprised.
Foot injuries, it's crazy. Now, to your point, sustaining it, like he got caught from behind, so you know what I mean. Like, of course he slowed down, but his top acceleration was second to Saquon. That's impressive.
Yeah,
good for him. Good for him. Top plays of the week.
Shit! Did you see that?
We briefly spoke about mine, but that 60-yard bomb to Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
If you pay attention,
he was under pressure.
He slipped, and he was under pressure. He slipped.
Backyard football right there, man.
Under pressure, make a play. Make a play. You can't teach that.
There's only a few that can make that throw, boy.
Yeah, you can't teach that. You can't coach that. I had a quarterback that used to be able to do that. I missed.
It wasn't Kenny Pickett.
No. It was number. It was Benjamin Roethlisberger. But I mean, if you got that's the kind of quarterback that you, like Nick said, he's gonna make mistakes, but that comes with the package. If you do that more than the mistakes, I take them all.
I'm cool with that.
Somebody said take away his 3 deep balls. He was only 6 for 16. I'm like, wait, you took away 150 yards of passing offense? Like that's stupid.
That's not how this game works. That's not how the game works. You're not gonna take away my big 3.
But do anything to try to discredit.
Yeah, right.
That make no sense.
Let's see who we were. Nick, what was your big play for the week?
Same game. I had CJ Stroud. Yeah, a little earlier in the contest, but the play Nico Collins made on this football, man.
Oh, look at that. Body.
Yeah, that's no Rashad Bateman type shit. Like he actually went out there and made a football play.
Yes, he did.
Damn. Must be nice to have like 3 wide receivers, man.
3 of them.
I miss those days. Omar, come on, bring me back to glory, man.
Take hand the ball off to Joe Mixon. We can go get you a buck and some change. Like,
man, didn't he hit the fountain of youth? Maybe it was Cincinnati. Maybe it's Ohio. It's Ohio.
It got to be Ohio, dog.
Ohio. The blame on the state.
Cam used to get in Ohio, but he was the only one.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah.
Yo, Ohio only good for Ohio State in elections, dog. That's all this is good for. We know that's it.
Elections and the badge. Oh man, Keys.
I didn't even have one, but I was piggybacking on yours. Andrew Richardson was the best play I seen all weekend, dog.
That's to slip like that and to have that arm strength, dog. Must be nice. Keith.
I took it to Saturday score. I went with Christian Fitzpatrick from Marshall. Oh, he channeled his inner Randy Moss for real, and Jesus told him get it off me. Yeah, big time catch. I took it to Saturday.
Oh, he wiped the nose. Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely my play of the weekend. How I pointed the ball.
Yo, jacked up.
It's a hell of a catch. You'll see the replay, but he definitely went up there and got it. So he ended up losing the game, but he gonna end up getting drafted off that.
I was about to say that's why you jacked up. I just made some money.
We should have cut that back inside and took us to the house, though.
Might have been shocked he caught that bitch.
Don't catch it with 2 hands.
Hell nah. Right. He didn't even like bring it to he just snagged it and just kept it out. Nah, I gotta start looking at these Saturdays. I completely forgot about adding Saturdays.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the best thing I've seen all weekend for it.
Yeah. All right. Week 1 takeaways. We wrapping up. Well, we wrap up tonight, but week 1 takeaways so far before we wrap up.
My just the fact that Jordan Love hurt, and then they got turned to Malik Willis. That's probably the biggest takeaway. That season might be derailed now, depending on how much time because if you got to depend on Malik Willis, it's gonna be a long.
Hey,
go.
Ryan Tannehill on the phone right now. Yeah. I ain't no way. No,
Russell Wilson.
Yo, real. So.
Y'all want him or not?
Hey, yo, give me one of these wide receivers y'all got, man. Give me one of them. Wicks, Dobbs, Watson.
LaFleur might be a quarterback whisperer, but not for Malik Willis. So that
Huntley, what's good?
Yeah, and we ain't touched on how much we touched on how much ass Deshaun Watson was, but my other biggest takeaway is Daniel Jones. Get out of the league, dog. Seriously, get out of the league.
Oh no, I think.
Can we stop right here, yo?
Me and
how
Nick,
did he get 6 seasons?
I don't know.
He just got paid too.
He just got last year, right?
How did he get 6 seasons of rope?
Yo, when your head coach
first round
is
pick
on national TV, pissed that you're still his quarterback.
Shit, it ain't get Josh Rosen 5. It ain't get Rosen 5. He was off the league too. That I don't know.
Justin Fields didn't get 5. Justin Fields ain't get 5.
Not starting. Zach Wilson didn't get 5 starts.
Well, the Giants don't really do black starting quarterbacks anyway.
That's true. They could have had Lamar. I mean,
that's true. That's the thing. Like, I'm looking at Atlanta. I look at all these teams that say, I'm not getting Lamar. What?
J-Ball, I'll take Jaden Daniels. He said,
he did want Jaden Daniels.
Daniels on the board.
Do you know what city you coach for? Like, first of all, the city is liberal, so I don't even understand why they be acting like that. They should be inclusive.
Who's the coach that bench Eli?
It might be the organization. They run by.
No, it is the organization.
The Murs and shit.
Who's the coach
that?
No, the one before Joe Judge. He had a crazy last name, but he benched Eli for Geno. They fired that motherfucker.
I mean, but Daniel Jones wouldn't be starting no more games for me this year. I don't.
Geno,
they ball.
Ben McAdoo. Yo, Geno was their first black starting quarterback. Yo, it was 2-3 years ago.
And that was by default. They'll put you in as a backup.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna be the
my biggest takeaway. Bryce Young. Hey, Bryce Young.
BUST bus.
Oh boy, it don't look good, dog. It don't.
You never want to be out this early, but I'm out.
It don't look good. And the thing is, he did. He looked worse. If he had a collar skill set, because collar is a short person too, right? The problem with Bryce is so short and he can't run.
He's slow. He ain't got no athleticism.
He's like Byron Leftwich in a midget's body.
But who do the pre-draft evaluations? How did you have a higher Bryce Young than CJ Stroud? That makes
no way. Yo, just off the fact that CJ is 6'3", give me him. Simple as that. He's 6'3".
So you saying even if he was in a different system with different weapons, if he was in Houston per se, you think he's still a bust? It's not.
He has a different system with different weapons this year. He's worse.
Them different weapons still trash.
Hey, Keith. Somebody asked me that same question at work. Stop, yo.
And I'm just playing devil's. I'm just playing devil's advocate with y'all because I do agree with you.
It's true.
It don't look good.
Somebody asked me that
on the first pass of the season.
Somebody asked me that at work, and I said, "Yo, Bryce is not CJ."
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think he can do that.
I don't think that's fair to CJ because CJ didn't walk in with hella weapons. He made Tank Dell. Let me rephrase. Him and Tank Dell grew together. Tank Dell wasn't established, and honestly, Tank Dell is 170 pounds. There was a lot of people that wrote Tank Dell off, saying that he couldn't be an NFL wide receiver. And then you come in with Nico Collins as your only guy, and he's still a young and ascending player. He wasn't ready made.
They weren't household names at all.
Devin Singletary, he turned them up. As far as Bryce Young,
Kendrick Green was.
They brought in a whole new offensive philosophy and coach for him this offseason. And my thing is, how the hell did you get worse? What did you do? All offseason, what did you do?
It's a bad omen when the first play of the game you throw an interception, dog. Like that's a bad omen. Seriously.
Well, the same defense were doing whatever they wanted to do with him. They were using and abusing him.
Yeah, I don't see it.
And the Saints are not that.
They not like that.
Nah, you
They
had
not
people
like
on
that.
Twitter. Yeah, but yo, should we apologize to Derrick Carr?
No, we shouldn't.
No.
No,
Hell
we
nah.
shouldn't.
They played
we-
Dallas this
He made some good
we
throws
played
yesterday.
Dallas
No, they
this
should
year.
not.
See, the
He'll
thing
throw,
with Derrick-
take Dallas
Derrick is
defense
gonna
for
do that.
take Dallas defense for a touchdown on the ticket this week. I'm telling you now.
He'll be back to your regularly scheduled
Derrick
program this
is
week.
gonna
trust
make
me.
a throw where you say, "Oh shit, that's why you've been in the league for 10 years."
In fairness, I think Clint Kubiak has turned Kamara into a McCaffrey. Not saying like he's in that he's a McCaffrey player, like the same as McCaffrey, just in that role. Alvin Kamara was efficient. He was powerful. He was decisive. It looks like that scheme and his skill set is a perfect match.
I wanted
Definitely.
God damn it, I wanted Clint. But yeah, that's
Me too, Scott.
yeah, I wanted.
Mine score was the Titans and Will Levis.
Hey, yo,
I don't know
brain,
how you
bro.
blow that game against Chicago up 17-0. You end up losing 24-17. Shout out to the Bears for being resilient defensively, getting the stops to get their rookie QB a win. But Will Levis, 19 for 32, 127 yards, average of 4 yards per pass. In your second year, I'm looking to see you make steps. And similar to Bryce Young, it just that class outside of CJ right now for some of those first round picks don't look too encouraging. So mine's is the Titans. They just that was a big letdown.
To your point, the Bears didn't score offensive touchdown.
Yeah. So from my takeaway, it's the same game. And you mentioned Will Levis, Keith. That's another example of year 2 regression. You don't want to see that out your quarterback. So I don't know what they press the panic button, both teams. And that's just an early week 1 statement. But as far as Caleb Williams, I mean, I talked about the defense. I thought that defense was going to surprise people, and that Chicago defense, they played their asses off yesterday. But when I see stats like there are only 2 quarterbacks in the modern NFL history that have attempted over 25 passes in their debut and threw less for 100 yards, Caleb Williams is grouped in with Desmond Ridder. Those are the only 2 in the NFL history. Whenever you're grouped in with Desmond Ridder,
It's not good.
you got to look in the mirror, dog. You got to take that, get some nail polish remover and take that shit off your nails and get in the lab, because you cannot be having colorful nails and throwing for 98 yards passing. I'm sorry. Get this shit off your nails and be a grown ass man.
He threw for 3.2 yards an attempt. That was his average.
A lot of. I think the biggest takeaway. I think all of our narrative is a lot of bad quarterback play week 1, man. A lot.
Yes, horrible.
Week 1 is week 1 though, but damn,
It is horrible.
I was listening to a stat today. They said I think it was what 60 something passing touchdowns 2 years ago. Last year was
like
50 something,
30-something.
and that was like this year's 30 something. I heard that stat somewhere. So
Yo, dog, half the league had like Pop Warner passing yards. It was like everybody was throwing for 150 yards. It was like, yo, what is this?
It's part of it, like the approach to preseason. Maybe defenses have the
Yeah.
advantage
Because like Kurt didn't play at all. Kurt barely practiced, so that was like Kurt's first football action.
last game of
Just
the
last
preseason game. That's all. We'll see a difference in week 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Damn, Deshaun Watson has been sued again.
I said it earlier because I knew that was what I was alluding to about how they can get from up under that contract, but action has to take place.
People saw how bad he played and they came and sued him. Like, people are petty, dog.
Yo, conspiracy theorists go. I think Cleveland, just like Houston did him. Hey, yo, dog, he's still acting up. Just an FYI. Just to get him under that contract. Now he would have to get suspended, but his language, his language in that contract that if he gets suspended, they can void all that shit.
Listen, they're gonna have to mosey up with Roger Goodell and see if they can work out something, man. Let's get this conspiracy going and get his ass out of here.
I'm telling you.
That's the only thing that's gonna save him.
That's what I'm telling you. Don't put it past these billionaires. They some shiesty individuals.
Hey,
they play dirty.
They got him in this position to begin with. They're gonna keep him there.
Yeah, got him by the balls. No pun intended. Let's go to commercial. Let's go to the last commercial break. Hey, yo, Nitty Gritty Sports Talk is now on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And while you at it, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Name the same across all platforms. Nitty Gritty Sports Talk. 3 Ravens and a Steeler. Now let's get back to the show. Good show, fellas. Good show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This Deshaun, I'm just reading the article. I'm about to send a part of Deshaun Watson to the dirty boy.
At some point, everybody's not lying. All right?
Come on, yeah.
Everybody's not lying.
Oh goodness, boy.
He's still with Shorty. He's still with his pretty girl.
Yeah, but she lost all that weight. He's stressing her out. She need to put that weight back on. She look crazy.
I tell her to come on home.
Yeah, man.
Come on. Leave him. We got Dirty Mac her like LL Cool J.
Oh shit.
Play Hey Lover. Play Hey Lover outside the window.
Yo, Hey Lover to his girl is fucking crazy, yo.
What? Standing coach bag in your hand. What?
You don't need that pervert, man.
Caught eyes for a moment, and that was that. Yeah. No. Appreciate everybody that listens live, everybody that checks out the podcast. Of course, we're on YouTube. Like, rate, comment, and subscribe. We will be back on Saturday. Same place, same time. So then everybody stay safe and be blessed. We out.
Nitty Gritty.